So it's been a hot minute. I haven't recorded a video or posted a video in a really long time. I've done like little snippet things, nothing fancy, just stuff that I've been using on my Instagram and Facebook. But I haven't like shot a video in a long time. I watched a video though on Instagram. It was real. It was actually a post that I came across that I was like, it inspired me to make this video. It was a video about a Marine that had lost both of his legs. I didn't catch the name of the country he was in when that happened, but lost both of his legs. So he was amputee, and he was an athlete amputee. So he was competing in a race with his wheelchair, and it was like marathon style race. And it had rained, and the wheel on his chair got stuck, and he wasn't able to like use his chair. So he had to get off of his chair, and he didn't have to. He chose to. He got off of his chair, and he grabbed his chair, and he started to pull his chair. He inched himself back, grab the chair and pull it. Inch himself back, grab the chair and pull it. The video was super inspirational, but that really wasn't even what got my attention. That's not why I was so inspired by it. It's what he had in the caption of the video that got my attention, and it resonated with me in such a way. The race was done with me, but I wasn't done with the race. I liken what I'm going through in my life right now to be what I call the rebuilding season, right? I'm rebuilding everything. I'm rebuilding my physique. I'm rebuilding my personality. I'm finding my way in this rebuilding season. I'm finding my way. It's been messy. It's been dumb. I've made mistakes. I don't know. There's so many different things I could say, but it's a rebuilding season, and that's what I'm doing. I'm rebuilding, and I kind of felt like that at the very beginning of this. You know, I felt like the universe is done with me. It stripped away everything that made me. I mean, outside of my kids, which, don't get me wrong, my kids are a giant factor in how I operate life and my passions and my drive, but losing the person that you love the most and plan on spending the rest of your life with, having all of your future plans stripped, to completely falling apart physically because of it. Because, I mean, let's be honest, that's what I did. And you go back and you look at some of my past videos, and it's like, gosh, man, like, what were you doing? Man, I was massive. I put on so much weight. I was so out of shape. I was just eating and eating, looking for anything that could gratify me in any way to try to give me some moment of temporary happiness to sustain me in some way. But not trying to get into all that. The point of this is it resonated with me because I felt like the universe was done with me. I felt like that was it. That was my shot. That was my moment in time. And that moment was over, and there was no moving on to anything else. That moment was just that. and I'm just now the afterthought. But during this rebuilding season, right? During this time, I've been finding myself again and exploring all these new things. I've realized, even if the universe is done with me, I'm not done with it. I'm not done with this universe. I'm not done with this timeline. It sucks. I mean, to a degree, it sucks, right? Like, it sucks to lose things. It sucks to be put in positions I have been. But one thing that I take away from that you could call me crazy, or you could be like, wow, that's inspirational. I don't know, either way. One thing I took away from it is, man, if that didn't end me, what can? I mean, outside of what I've experienced, the only thing close enough outside of what I've already dealt with is death, right? Like, that's the next thing. That's the only thing on a large scale that I could possibly face outside of losing someone as close as I was to her. So if that's the case, then I have to find my reason to go. Like, on. Like, I'm not dead. There were times I wish I was. There were moments where I was like, man, like, why didn't you just end me? But in all that pain and in all that suffering and loss and sadness and darkness, I realized that it didn't end me. And if it didn't end me, then that means that there's a reason for me to continue, right? And it's got to be bigger than your kids. Because, like, I love my kids to death, and I really want to do everything in my power during my lifetime to push them and motivate them and give them direction and see them succeed better than I ever have. But at the end of the day, it's got to be even bigger than them. Because at the end of the day, your why in your head has to be in some way centered with you too. Because if you just do for others, I'm not saying it won't work for a while, it will, but there's no longevity in that. You have to recognize that you've got to find it in you too. You've got to find the why in you. Why do you want to do what you want to do? Like, why are you pushing back? And for me, it's kind of simple, honestly. And I mean, you could call it spiteful, you could call it dramatic, you could call it whatever you want to call it, but my why for me right now, at least in this particular season, is I'm not done with this universe. I plan on making it choke. I mean, I plan on making the universe understand that it's screwed up knocking me down. Because I don't stay down. I refuse to stay down. And not to quote The Matrix, but it's because I can get up. Because I want to get up. you got to look for your why in that. You got to look for the why in yourself. And while whatever situation you may be going through, whether it be as dramatic as mine or bad breakup or whatever, you've got to look within yourself and be like, okay, this situation's done with me, but I'm going to go on because I'm not done. Watching that video of that Marine was super inspirational to me because it made me relate in a way of the resilience and being like, no, this could be shit. Life could fall apart. This wheel won't turn. I don't have legs, but I'm not done. I feel that same way. You took away the one person that I love most. You crippled me mentally. You handicapped my health because you handicapped my mental health, and I fell and I got lost and I broke down and checked out and all those things. But I'm not done. I got back up, and I'm going to continue. Because while this might be done with me, I'm not done with it. You got to figure out why you're not done. And I promise you there's a reason not to be done. I don't know what your reason is. I don't know if it's simple, complex, easy to find. Maybe you need to do some soul searching. I don't know. But you're not done because there's a reason for you not to be. Memento mori. I live by it. Remember, you must die. Every day, I play with the coin in my pocket, reminding myself that that's a fact. That one day, I will face death. And in that knowledge, and in that thought and knowing, and being hyper aware, I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live today. I'm gonna choose the things that I want to choose, and I'm gonna go after the goals, and I'm gonna push myself past break. I'm going to force myself to do things I don't want to do. I'm going to just tackle it because I know one day I won't. One day it'll be my time, and when that time comes, I want to have left not a legacy, not a stamp or any prosaic thing. I want to leave behind a life well lived in a body well worn. I've said this for a long time in my life, and I think I've never meant it more than what I do these days. You know, if at any point in time, whenever I do die, and they look over my body in that morgue, I want that mortician, I want that coroner, whoever it is, I want that person to look at me, and I want them to be like, what the hell did he do? because I want every inch of my body to be worn out. I want my knees to be shot. I want my back to be deteriorated and broken down. I want all of that, because that means that I pushed myself, that I made this ship that I captain every morning and every day that I'm alive. I made this ship bend to my will, and I made it do the things I wanted it to do. And the physicality and the mental hardships and all those things were at my discretion. That I commanded this ship. Just much like that Marine who dragged that chair. He didn't have to drag the chair. I mean, he have like done the whole hob thing to the finish line without the chair, of course. No, we're not doing it that way. You know why we're not doing it that way? Because we're going to push ourselves, and we're going to make the point that we command this vessel. That's what I want to leave behind. I don't know, maybe this video finds itself to my funeral, or as I do with my my wife's videos, maybe my kids will scroll through my YouTube channel and watch videos at random when they miss me, and maybe this video will inspire them. Maybe it'll inspire you, maybe it won't, maybe it doesn't do anything, I don't know. But I saw that video and it inspired me, and I had to share it. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Or don't. Either way.